friends, family, acquaintances, spies, whatever you want to call yourself. Um, this is the part one video of my testimony following the picture that I recently uploaded to Facebook. And soon after I uploaded it, I started getting inboxes and text messages, and people are just like, "Girl, what happened to your leg? What happened to your leg?" Okay, so let's pause right there. One, this is a very, 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 very old scar. It happened when I was first born. And this is my first time publicly addressing my story on social networking. So, yes, there's a lot of people on my page who haven't really been able to get in contact with me. They haven't really seen me in person. And if they have, then I've either have my legs covered or you just weren't able to see me. So, the story about my leg, let's see. I was premature, so I had to go through a lot of care in the hospital. I spent months and months in the hospital, and I was so small I could fit in the palm of your hand. So they had to fatten me up. And so I had tubes everywhere from my head to my chest to my legs. Tubes everywhere. Trying to make me well, make me healthy, make me be able to survive, because for a while they didn't think I was going to survive. And the doctors told my parents and my grandmother that if I did survive, I would be a vegetable. I would have no function, no anything. I wouldn't be able to take care of myself. You see where that turned out today. But there was a tube that was in my right leg, and it was bandaged up to hold it in place. And so they were supposed to check on it every couple hours, routinely around the clock, to make sure that it was still intact, because whatever drugs or whatever was in there were very strong. And so the tube had ended up slipping out, and it was still covered by the bandage, so the tube didn't fall out, but it was laying on top of my leg underneath the bandage. And by the time the doctor had came in and uncovered the tube, it was laying on my leg for so long that with the medicine that was in the tube eventually burned the entire calf muscle of my right leg. And so after that, the risk of infection was there. It was just like so much. The doctors didn't think that I would be able to walk. I would have to be trained to walk. I might not walk at all. And so my family went through a great ordeal with that. I stayed in the hospital. I went through, I think, 2 surgeries. I wore a cast, I wore a boot, and everything else. And for a long time, I would keep my legs covered because I didn't like my legs. I suffered from low self-esteem and lack of confidence, and I did not like my legs whatsoever. I hated my legs with a passion. Sometimes I used to always say that I wish God would have let them cut my leg off instead of me have this scar. I'd rather have no leg at all. That's how bad I felt on the inside. And I stand today and I'm just like, wow. It's a blessing, because the scar it doesn't look as bad as I always thought it did. Like, in my mind, it was the hideous thing in the world. Like, I used to tell myself it looked like I got ran over by a train. It was just so much. And so I dealt with low self-esteem with that. I kept my legs covered all throughout school. Well, when I was younger, I wore dresses and stuff like that, but I was so self-conscious. So it's like, I'm walking around, you can see my leg and everything, but I don't feel confident as a woman. I don't feel confident as a girl. I don't feel confident as being beautiful. I always thought I was ugly, and I was always my hardest critic. I was always my most selfish critic. I always criticized myself. I was always the hardest on myself. People will walk over, oh, you're so beautiful and this and that, and you're so gorgeous, you're pretty and blah. And I'm just like, it goes one in one ear and out the other, because that is not how I felt on the inside. I felt hideous. I felt like I was the ugliest thing ever walking this earth. And so, um, with my leg, I used to cover it up all the time. It was my cover up because I was so insecure. So I wear either long skirts, long pants, dark stockings, something like that. And it wasn't until recently that maybe like a year and a half ago, I started wearing my skirts where you can see my legs, and dresses where you can see my leg. And I have about two pair of pants in my closet right now that I do still wear. But it's not because I'm not confident. It's because sometimes I don't feel like wearing dresses or skirts, so I'll throw on my pants and go. And so today was a big step for me because I was always self-conscious wearing short clothes or clothes where you were able to see my leg, because I hated the looks that I thought people were giving me, or the comments that people were saying under their breath. Oh my gosh, what the heck is that? What the heck happened to her? That is ugly. Oh my gosh, her legs are ugly. That is horrible. And so I didn't want to be bothered with that. And sometimes people did have rude or cruel remarks, but most of the time it was just me in my mind. That's how I felt. And that wasn't true at all. And so today I took my one of my biggest steps, and I had some shorts on campus, and I was the flyest thing walking around that campus. I didn't feel self-conscious. I didn't feel bad. I didn't feel ashamed of who I am. I felt proud. I am proud. I am beautiful. My legs are beautiful. And I have a great support system that helped me, that encouraged me, that told me, you are beautiful. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. And it's just amazing seeing how I'm able to share with you all, because it took a big step for me to share my pictures, because I was so self-confident, I was so self-conscious, and I was just like, I'm ugly, I'm gonna hide. So I always tried to hide, and now today it's just like, no, I'm going to be freely me. So hearing these, what you're going to get. This is what you're going to see. If you don't like it, then you're missing out on a phenomenal woman. Um, So thank you all for watching my video. There will be a part 2 coming along. If you have any questions, comments, post, text me, call me, something, leave me some feedback. Thank you for your encouraging words and your prayers, and I love you all.